Well, shall we begin? Welcome to my presentation live from my dorm. Today we are talking about the one, the only Elton John. Thank you, really. Anyways, it would be best to start from the beginning. So, in the beginning, March 25th, 1947, in Pinner, England, he was born. But he wasn't born as Elton John. No. He was born with the middle name of Reginald Dwight. He's a good man. Anyways, Reginald, he had a sad home life. His dad was never home, and when he was not the best. And his mom was a rude woman. A rude woman. Let her have it. Calm down. I'm sorry. Anyways, so he did not have the best life, but he was a prodigy. Raw talent. Never seen before. Raw talent. So he gets a tutor, a teacher even. And they're like, this kid can play. This kid can play. So he goes to the Royal School of Music. Hogwarts? The Royal School of Music. And after that, he joins a band called Bluesology. There he is. He joins a band called Bluesology, but Bluesology doesn't go anywhere. All right, they play in little pubs, but they don't go anywhere. So he goes to this record company called Liberty. All right, and they say, you're good. You can sing, you can play, but your lyrics suck. The lyrics suck. So they hand him a random envelope of lyrics. Who wrote those lyrics? Bernie Taupin. Bernie could use a little bit of care on that Taupin. You see that? Oh, goodness. Anyways, he meets a man named Bernie Taupin. All right? And they become besties. They work together. They start writing a song together. One moment, please. They write a song together called Lady Samantha. And the critics eat it up with a fork and knife, all right? And they create their first ever album. Sorry. They create their first ever album. Calm down. It is Empty Sky. Is this from 1969? Was it made in England? Anyway, so they make the album. People don't eat it up that much. They mostly just eat up. What's that? Sorry about that. They mostly just eat up one song, Lady Samantha. So they make another one. This one's called Elton John. Creative, I know. That one has the song Your Song on it. And if you haven't heard it before, it sounds a little something like this. Oh. You've heard it before. Okay. So they release that song, and the public eats it up, okay? Then they make more. They give the public what they want. They make Honky Chateau. Do you know what's on Honky? If you didn't, it's the song Rocket Man that made him known as the Rocket Man, okay? And he keeps popping them out. This one had Crocodile Rock on it. This one had Goodbye Yellow Brick Road and Betty and the Jets on it. They're just popping out one after one after one. So he gets famous, right? Hero's fame. But with being young and famous comes issues. Uh-oh. I know. Who saw it coming? He first starts out by going into a party, right? He's getting down, whatever. He sees his friend John in the back. What is John doing? He's making little lines of white powder. And it was the 70s. So Elton went up and he was like, "What's that?" And he said, "I don't know, it just makes me feel good." So what did Elton do? He tried it. And that started a long, long list of addictions. Let's read off the addictions, shall we? It was a coke addiction, an alcohol addiction, a addiction to sex, issues with weed, issues with bulimia, and I think there's another one. Sex, weed, coke. No, that was it. Not good. But during all this, he was also having to face his problem with, I'm not saying it's a problem, but his struggle with being a gay man during the 70s. And during this time, of course, was struggling all that, and with having the struggle of being a gay man during the 70s, he had a few suicide attempts. One of them was shown in the movie Rocket Man. If you've ever seen the movie, yes. But that one scene where he takes a bunch of pills and hops in the pool, he actually did that at a family event. The first one that he ever did, he turned the gas on and went into the oven. I don't got time. And his coming out was weird because he told his mom and she was like, "Yeah, I knew." And then she told him, "But you're choosing to be unloved and unwanted." What's her name? Sheila. You got some explaining to do, girl. Anyways, but he was like, "Whatever, mom." Not really, broke his heart, of course. And then his fans didn't really react. They were like, "Okay, Ben knew. What? Oh well." But then this homophobic newspaper came out, The Sun. It came out a few years later, but they were saying some bull. Like, they were saying some homophobic and perverted stuff. They came out with a title that said he had sex with a minor. Come again? But he sued them. Girl. He also, troubles with it, started dating his manager, and his manager was nice and all, but he would cheat on him constantly with men and women. So it didn't, and Elton waited until he hit him to break it off. Good job, Elton. But after all of this, he did, of course, as any hero does, come through, break through, went through it, and he went to rehab, and he went through it all. It helped him. It was in California, and he did it. Woo, woo. He broke through. He then later on met a man named David Furnish, who he would later marry and adopt his kids with. He stayed relevant in the media by, what did he do? He wrote the songs for Lion King, and then he also, voiced himself in South Park, which I'm a fan of. He voiced himself in South Park, and then he decided that he wanted to retire because he's, with kids now. He's getting old. He's getting up there. So he was like, "All right, let's have our farewell tour." No, I'll get to that. He has his farewell tour, his very last tour. I went to it. Anyways, his farewell tour. Bye, everybody. He has his AIDS Foundation, which helps stop the spread of AIDS and get rid of like homophobic images that come with it. He also, there he is with his kids and his husband, who he now spends time with because he's retired. And guess who's the godmother? Lady Gaga. And I think altogether, what really makes him a hero is that he shows that you can be young, you can mess up, and you can still bounce back and be a good person. And he's also a really big advocate and helper for the LGBT community, which I think is awesome. So there he is.